Hey everybody, welcome back to Venture Outdoors with Kirk. If you remember these clips from my last video, I got a few rabbits. So I'm going to be doing a rabbit recipe. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any future videos. And we'll see you in the next one. God bless, take care. We ended up getting even more snow, but what do you do on these types of days? You just want to stay inside, have a nice cup of hot chocolate, nice bowl of homemade soup, but in this case we're going to do rabbit and dumplings. Starting this recipe out, I just want to build a nice base, so I put some vegetables in the bottom of my roaster. You could do this in the oven, doesn't really matter. But all I'm using, put down some celery, some onions, some carrots, threw some garlic cloves in the bottom, some peppercorns, and 6 cups of water. Then just take all your rabbit, and I rubbed the rabbit in olive oil and just laid all that on top. Then just lay your rosemary and parsley on top, and oh yeah, don't forget the salt and pepper. I had my roaster set at 300 for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Brought it up to a temp of about 160, 165. This would also be a great way just to use up your squirrel too. Same concept. You're just trying to build a base, build some flavor, and I'm going to keep that stock at the bottom here and use it in the recipe. I ended up having 5 rabbits that I put in there and ended up with just over 2 pounds meat. Like any wild game, not a lot of fat in it, so you just don't want to dry it out too much. Make sure you keep an eye on it. Next, I want to use all the drippings in the base that I made, and then strain that, and then just put it in a pot. So with your broth on the burner, warming up, getting to a light boil, now just mix all your ingredients together. 2 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, tablespoon of salt, an egg. Then once you get all that mixed in, just kind of use about a half a cup of broth to get the dough to where you need it. Once you get your dough how you want it, just get it rolled out on some flour and cut it out however you want. I just happened to find something about the size I wanted and use that to cut out some small dumplings. Then when you get them all cut, just lump them up, give them a dusting of flour so they don't stick when you drop them in. In the meantime, the broth has been on the stove, continuing to be at a light boil, and the only thing I've really added in this is chopped celery, carrots, and onion, and then 1 cup of whipping cream. I only used 1 cup. It's just trial and error. After that, I just want to season it to taste, so I added some tarragon, some parsley flakes, and then just added some pepper. Now before you drop your dumplings in, you want to make sure you have that light boil going like you see here. And then just start dropping them in and let them cook 10 to 15 minutes. Usually just dropping a few in at a time, then stirring it a little bit, let them separate. I chose to add the rabbit after the dumplings just because I didn't want to have that rabbit in there any longer than it needed to be because it's already been cooked. In hindsight, after I had the dumplings in, I thought it was going to eat up a little bit more room, so I had added some water with a little bit of bouillon just to keep it to taste. In hindsight, I wouldn't do that. It didn't eat up as much space as I thought, so now I had more fluid in there than I needed, which is no big deal. I just pulled a bunch of that fluid out, got it about half a pot, and then started using cornstarch and cold water mixture just to thicken everything up to what I wanted. After doing that a few times and letting it cook off, it ended up getting to about what I wanted. And this is kind of the texture and look I was going for, more of a gravy. Even after putting it in the fridge overnight, it even thickens up. Now it's just about fixing your meal, whatever you want to put this over. I happen to have some homemade wheat bread that I put it on top of. Then the next time I put it over some rice. And after that I tried some noodles. Hey, it all tastes good. Even had some left over for if I want to try some enchiladas or something later on. Just a great recipe for those cold winter days. Again, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you try this recipe out, and we'll see you in the next one. God bless. Take care.